Check, 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 check. Sweet. Right on, boys. Check it out. There's my balls. Nice, cool. And we're in the Jeep. It is all right today. Hopefully the connection is good. I've been having a little bit of difficulties today. Very busy, hectic day. And let's see here. Let's go. Oh man, they fucking every single time. Display capture. I'm gonna take another. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna set up a new display capture. Display capture. New one. Kill. Cool. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna put the camera. There's my camera. My camera. Right on, boys. Sweet. Okay. Kind of lagging. Shit. Starlink is not that good then. Hey, is it? Man really made himself homeless. I am homeless now, correct. I still have a home, I'm just not using it. It's not consistent. Well, the issue is it's my only option, right? We are getting some cutting out, but yeah, hopefully it works. Anyways, there's a level here. It is bouncing off of it, so I'm just gonna give that a little bit of space. Stop there. We did make some money, a little bit. We're nearly 200 in total profit now on the account. I took a quick Bitcoin long, scalped a Bitcoin long. I took a long on, no, I took a short on that level. Oh, my brain is fried today already, so. So hopefully we just get a nice rally here off that. The only concern is the 4-hour close horrible, right? So you generally probably not going to want to something like that. We'll just go here, right? More of a scalp sort of play. And we do have this as well. We're up 800 on that. We're gonna give that some room, and we're gonna go there. Right? We'll do something along those lines. Should be a pretty high likely scenario that hits. Right? We're bouncing off that weekly or monthly. I think it's also aligned with the weekly. No, it's not. Aligned with the daily maybe. Somewhere around here, right? We didn't hit that this morning. This morning didn't quite hit it. Let's see here. Yeah, so it only went down halfway. We were trying to long it before. But this area should give some sort of bounce, hopefully. I think it's pretty high likely chance. We're up 160 on the NASDAQ today and realized. And then we got a little bit of, started adding a little bit more stocks in. Right, that Rocket Lab is, why is Rocket Lab dumping so? Rocket Lab's down 10%. Wow. Well, I did take a long on it. It's more of a long-term play though, right? See if we can ride that. Rocket Lab's super bullish, right? So you do want to hold this level here. And we'll add more if it goes a little deeper. What's my R? Doesn't matter. Useless statistic. Yeah, just lagging a bit. You could borrow the house for a bit. Yeah, man. I mean, you could. I got a cat there, too. He's probably not going to want the party. Stiff body, sleep in the Jeep. No, I've been doing yoga. I actually feel better. It's pretty good stuff. Labor Day, don't celebrate holidays. Doesn't like Starlink is just not working very well. Fucking hell. Let's see how to maximize Starlink. Update your firmware. Keep your router elevated, away from constructions. Priority plan. Maybe I get a priority plan. Let's put this on the board. Realistically, I don't want to see a close below there. Priority plan. I also longed here before, the same level from before, and I longed it just up to here. Exact same trade. I'm gonna try again. The literal exact same trade that we did in the Asia session. So that was like 100 whatever. I don't know. Priority plan. I might have to upgrade the plan or something and make it better. Subscription. Entered on that and it closed there. You can see, right, failure to lose that level, plus it's touching a weekly level, so super likely that we come up at least to here, right? Yeah, I didn't miss the stream today. I'm just very busy. It's kind of difficult surviving, trading, running a massive prop firm, right, all at once, and then also having regular life things. Okay, let's do a giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. Qualtrics, raffles. Plus Wi-Fi to enter a giveaway. 5K, 5K one step for Maven. I'm gonna do 2 of them right now. No, should I do 1 now and then I'll do 1 now and then 1 in 10 minutes. Because we got 2-ish winners, I guess. I don't know. Depends how big of a winner it is, so it doesn't really count if it's. What's your take on Bitcoin for bearish market after last month? Yeah, same thing, right? I would be risk off right now for Bitcoin. Simply because this weekly close, right? So as it comes up, is more likely that it's going to come back down, right? Because there's a bearish close back within the range. So the further it goes, the more likely it's to rebound faster. Okay. Once we get closes, like for example, for the daily, you're perfectly fine, right? So if you're doing a daily, so that's why I took a scalp on a long. What I did is I longed up to this red level, right? So that was just like this, right? That's all it was. I guess not really a scalp. It was like a multi-hour thing, but for me, it's a scalp for Bitcoin, right? But ultimately, ultimately I wouldn't be holding Bitcoin right now until we get some clean action again, right? Or price comes down and then it's low risk, right? So I just wait for a better setup is all. Like, you don't have to be holding Bitcoin all the time, right? They're really if you notice, like, they're really not liking being anywhere near like the levels, I suppose. We'll see if that rallies up. I'd like to sit this day in profit, so I don't want to risk too much on this trade, considering the 4 hour was bearish, right? So I suspect it comes up. This is my thought. It comes up and then straight back down, right? But for the rest of the day, I think it's just power hour is gonna make it come back up, and then that'll be the day, and that'll be done, right? Okay. Drawing for a Maven 5K one step. The winner is Ruthie DMC. Nice, DMC in the name, sweet. Maven Discord in order to claim your prize. We'll do another one, and then hopefully a third one as well. We'll see. This might just be, I'm just chilling right now. There's not going to be much going on. Crazy, you never win. Yeah, it's like 1 in 100 chance, right? You'll win eventually if you keep showing up. Right, Ruthie, nice. Congrats, bro. Put on the multi-stream chat here so I can see if people are chatting on. So if you are looking on X or something, guys, the giveaways are only on Kick, so you have to be following Kick. To take on XRP, we can look at XRP, sure. Overall, it's a terrible idea to buy things that are hyped up, right? XRP looks pretty bad, actually. Looks pretty bad. I would actually even consider shorting XRP. I'm not going to, because it's a silly thing to do in the crypto market. But a normal chart, I would short this back down here. Right. Probably looking for these lows again. XRP looks pretty terrible, actually. I am not looking to buy XRP. The one I would be looking for is Solana. Right? Solana's super bullish. Wait, let me go here. Crypto, Solana. And the thing is, I always tell everyone this: if you're gonna buy a altcoin, just look at the Bitcoin pair, right? And it looks solid close, right? Continuation up, right? If you want to look XRP to Bitcoin, right? Let's look at that, and you can see, hey, this does not look good compared to Bitcoin, right? Let's go to weekly. Do you think this is going to outperform Bitcoin? That's your question when you're trading with crypto. Does it outperform Bitcoin? Okay. Because if you're not, you start with Bitcoin is what you do. Everyone just starts with Bitcoin, okay? And then you look for things that are outperforming Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going to do well no matter what, okay? So you could just buy Bitcoin forever and be fine and be fucking uber rich just fucking buying Bitcoin. Fuck these wasps, bro. The only thing is you want to look for opportunities, the rare opportunities where things outperform it, right? And XRP is not one that you can really trade, right? Because it just rockets, right? And then it goes flat. So, and you know, and then it drops back down. So XRP has never outperformed Bitcoin, right? 2017. it is a terrible asset to hold until it starts seeing some really good action, right? And I suspect it will, because it is being used in the US markets now, right? But I would be a Solana and a CRO holder, probably. Look at CRO to Bitcoin, right? Fantastic close, right? Rally off those levels. There's the US dollar value, right? CRO has so much to go, right? Nice. Okay, we're up. We're back in profit now. Bouncing off that level. Good stuff. Good stuff. What's my top holding? Cash. We're near the end of a market cycle. It doesn't make much sense to be holding much crypto, right? CRO would be the thing I hold the most, because I think it's started. I have Bitcoin. Actually, no, I have a lot of Bitcoin. Never mind. I have a lot of Bitcoin that I never sell. I have a retirement fund of Bitcoin that will sit there forever. Okay. But of tradable things that I allow myself to spend or trade, like what I basically do is I have three sort of portfolios. Okay. I've got the one I never touch, that will never be touched, right? Until I'm maybe a decade from now, okay? Another decade, right? And then I have one that is an investment sort of portfolio, a swing trading, positional trading portfolio, okay? That I will buy and hold for months or years, right? And then I have one that I will just, it's interchanged with my cash wallet, that I can just swap between the two, right? And that one, when I decide, hey, Bitcoin is pretty high right now, I'm going to sell it. I'll sell it to cash and then I'll spend the cash, right? And then I always get paid in Bitcoin. So I always restock the Bitcoin. So it basically ends up being, hey, do I think I should hold that Bitcoin that I'm being paid right now? Or should I convert it and spend it, right? So I have three. I don't day trade crypto, because that's silly. That's absolutely idiotic. Day trade NASDAQ, positional trade crypto, okay? And the only thing I will be doing with that day trading sort of like flash hot wallet, right, is determining if I want to spend the money or not. When will I spend the money? The large balance of Bitcoin? Probably never. Probably never. But in theory, I could, maybe in a decade I would maybe buy a house or something. I don't know. But like that balance is never, like, we're never gonna spend it, like all of it. I might take out from it one day and buy a house, but like I don't want, like, there's no point. There's nothing more I want, you know. Financial means, I can pay rent, I can buy food, I can pay for my gas. That's it. I don't want luxury shit. Hey, it might be cool to go on a boat one day, but I can do that and just like rent it. I don't need to buy crazy luxury things. I don't need a jet. I don't need fucking, you know. If the finances get to a point where I'm making shitloads of cash flow, right? Which I don't pay myself crazy amounts. Then sure, maybe I'll get a second car or something that's fun. I'm only gonna ever do that when it's such an insignificant. What's the most expensive thing I own? I don't own anything. My car. Spend the money on feeding hungry children. Where would these hungry children be? Where shall I find a hungry child? Do I have a wife now? They keep bouncing it, right? I don't know if they're just trying to fill their buckets or what. But it's ideally fucking bugs, bro. Do you think daily life discipline affects trading discipline? Obviously. Like, it's such a silly question. Let me put it in a metaphor for you. Do you think if I run every day, the day I race, I'm going to be better at racing? Ba-ba. If you practice something, you'll get better at it. How is Alexa? She's doing okay. She's doing all right. She's a good girl. We support each other in certain ways. That's really helpful for healing. Like everyone has past traumas and you know, belief systems they're trying to get over. You know, she's a really good girl. That you know, we're able to support and communicate to each other to help heal each other, which is nice. Hungry children in Gaza? I don't care. Like, not in the you know, I don't care if people are dying sort of thing, in the sense that I don't believe that I can do anything to help them. I think that entire thing is a complete sham. Not sham, no, that's the wrong word. I don't know the right word. I think it's multiple words is the thing. I think it's power corruption. I think it's ego. I think it's fear mongering. I don't think there's a single thing that I could ever do for something to that scale. Right? I don't think my money would go anywhere either. You know what I mean? I do not believe anything in politics is worth my time putting attention to. Right? And I believe this is a publicity thing. Like a political thing, right? How would you explain the concept of life? Bro, what? What the fuck does that mean? Bro, I'm too dumb for that, okay? All I know is I sit on a rock and I look at a tree and I feel good, okay? I tell people I love them, I feel good. I help people, I feel good. I exercise, I feel good. I follow my routines and disciplines and rituals, I feel good. That's what I know. If I live in self-will, I feel bad. check the charts. No, charts are fine, bro. Chart is literally fine. It's the same thing. We're hoping see this fucking 1 hour close all right, right? That 1 hour close all right. We should get a real rally, really rippy doo up to our level, hopefully, right? And then we would have locked in, like, I think I banged out like 3.5 trades. This will be the third one, because the first one was kind of, actually there was one that didn't super take profit because I kind of messed it a bit, but so 3.5-ish. We're at 2.5 right now. We're going for 3.5. The concept of life. Why are we even here? Well, I wouldn't be the person that would be able to give you an answer that makes any sense. What I can tell you is there's been a change in myself in the recent future that I've always lived in resentment and hatred for everything, despite, you know, being this fun, goofy sort of guy, right? I still was having fun. I just resented everything. But the proper word is resentment. I resented everything, right? And I questioned everything. Why can't things be better? Why am I doing this? Why, you know, why? Like, you know, and or like, how come things can't be, you know, I want more, sort of thing. Questioned everything. And the recent change is, I feel like a sense of peace, and it has nothing to do with financial. Okay, if you guys think, hey, it's because, hey, you have freedom from finances, no. It's all been the exact same. I have had the exact same amount of salary for the past 2 years, right? Or 1 year, 1 year and a half, I don't know, for an extended period of time. I don't care about the money anymore. I don't care about chasing bigger and better things. I don't care about anything, and I just exist in a dumb reality now. And I just exist, and I just feel, and it ends up making me so peaceful and so loving. And I don't mean loving in the affectionate way. I mean love for the universe. And if you asked me, what is the, you know, you're basically asking me why, what's the meaning of life, and the only thing that I can come up with is to feel love, like that love and peace and serenity feeling, because then you become, this is my only understanding of what God is, because everyone says God is all loving, right? And this is becoming one with God. That's my only understanding. Check. Yeah, it sounds fine, bro. Do I practice what religion? Doesn't matter, they're all the same. There's 2 religions in the world. One is you look up to God and you try to reach him by doing good things and be a better person and praying, okay? That is all Western religion, okay? That includes Islam, okay? And Greek religions and whatnot, where the gods are above you and you are just a lowly human, okay? The second is Eastern religion, like Buddhism, for example, where you become one with God by focusing on something so small so that you can have ultimate consciousness of that thing, right? You focus on your breath being God, God being life, right? So there's only 2 religions. One is you become one with God, and two, or one is you try to reach up to God and get as close to him as possible, right? And try to do good, right? So God will love you. And the other is you become one with God so that you can be loved too, right? And so when you ask me what religion do I practice both. Both religions. There's only 2. So, you know, there's a lot of hatred between Islam, Judaism, Jews, Christianity, Catholic. There's a lot of hate. It's all the same, just slightly different practices. It's all the same. I wish you would become a Muslim. You find peace. I've looked into Islam. It does not sit well with me. But I respect it perfectly fine, all the same as the other ones. If I had to pick two off the top of my head that I bond most closely with, it would be Christianity. Because there's no dogma, not much dogma, and Buddhism. But the reality is, it doesn't matter which ones you choose, as long as you have both. Right? You don't even need to be religious to have both, right? You can practice meditation, which is the second one, right? And you can practice, you know, manifestation, right? That's praying in a religious way. So again, there's only two. So these spiritual girlies that say I'm not religious but I'm spiritual, it's still the same. You're using manifestation and you're using meditation. It's the exact same thing. Do I visit Kenya? Probably not. I don't really want to travel, and if I were to travel, it'd probably be Mediterranean again. I don't really like anywhere else in the world. I only really like trees and nature, so yeah, I like Buddhism. Cool, man. Yeah. Anyways, that's a lot of religious mumbo jumbo. Eh? Hopefully this fucking rallies. Where'd the hourly close? The hourly close all right? That closed perfectly fine. Perfectly fine on the hour. Where's that half hour? Perfectly fine on half an hour too. Fucking hell. Oh, should we do another giveaway? We'll do another giveaway. I don't have much fucking battery, so I do need to close this out. I'm running low on gas. I'm trying to charge my fucking battery pack. I'm gonna need to shut this down pretty quick, actually. So let's do a giveaway. Actually, I might shut it down pretty quick. Low battery. Okay, we're just gonna do plus low battery for the next one. Clean. There you go. For the next giveaway, type it in. God is good. Hunter turns to preacher today. Yeah, you know, it's like fucking everyone just loves to hate everyone all the time, you know? Religion is like the most common hate thing. Politics and religion, most common hate thing. So I don't want to say anything that's like get people offended, because people get very offended with religion. But the reality is, my belief is that there's only two ways to practice religion. One is from within, one is without. Or one is external, one is internal, I mean. External doings of good, external practices versus internal peace. Right, I'm gonna draw that. It's a 5K one step once again, bros. Alright, Maven Snips. You win a lot. Sick, bro. Maven Snips. Open up a ticket in Discord. Can this shit just fucking rip already, alright? We're gonna give it a few minutes. And then I'm gonna rock, I think. If you guys want to talk about anything, we can. We might do another one in like 10 minutes too. Fucking, it's crazy. It's like 60 of you in here only, right? You have a 1 in 20 chance to get a giveaway if I do 3. There is religion in Poland called Missouri, which is pure nature and forests and lakes. Yeah, Gruby Crete. That is the same as Shinto, which is Japanese religion, which I've already looked into. Um, I would define that as an internal one, because it's all about focusing on something very small. Okay, and with Shinto, you're basically praying up to, or you pray to your ancestors, right? I guess it could be a combination of the two, but your temple is the forest, right? So you go to the forest and you meditate and you find peace, right? So you focus on the calmness of the forest, right? I don't know for sure about yours, right? Your Polish one, but I suspect that could be a blend of the two aspects, which I do find a lot of peace in nature, and I do I've started incorporating praying to nature as well. You know how like they say Mother Nature? I start praying to nature a little bit for the healing of it, and I also pray to the higher power, which I call God, because that to me is like a father and a mother figure. Okay, right? So I don't really have the best sort of father and mother figure. I kind of raised myself, so when I can apply nature as a healing motherly figure that warms me and makes me feel love, right? Then that gives me what I need. And when I can pray up to my father figure for guidance of what I should do and safety, right? That is a proper father figure. So I like to look at it that way, where God is the father and Mother Nature is the mother, and combined, they're able to make somebody that is actually a productive, healthy member of society. Bro, you'd not take religious advice from me. I would not take religious advice from you either. You should not. But people are asking, so I'll talk about my experience. You should find what works for you, right? Everyone has their own version of what brings them peace, what makes their life better, right? This is what I found. I deal a lot with consciousness in my higher power. Bringing consciousness to things helps me make decisions, while helps the higher power tell me what to do. To start a reliable firm, haha, you're going to ask a question that makes you a competitor, aren't you? To start a reliable firm, what are the main things that a person start his own firm, become trustworthy and reliable like Maven? Time, bro. 1, never ever deny anything no matter what. Never deny anything no matter what. Unless you have a fucking good reason to, okay? You know what I mean? Unless because the community sometimes doesn't understand what's going on behind the scenes, okay? So you have to take the benefit of the doubt and fucking bite it on the chin, you know what I mean? And then do that for a very long time. Maven's been around, is one of the longest lasting firms in the world, and we have never had a problem ever denying payouts. So, and then on top of that, don't change the rules, right? Don't change things on people. Make them an offer and stick to it. So it's the reality is, how do you build trust with a relationship if your partner? Ask yourself that question. Oh, you tell them you're going to do something, do it. Don't lie to them. Don't fuck them over. Don't cheat on them. Right? And then ultimately, they build trust with you. And the second you break it, boom, relationship's over, right? You cheat on them, boom, they're gone. Same, right? The second you fuck somebody, they leave. Don't ever fuck anybody. It's very difficult, right? It's more difficult in the sense because maybe you honestly don't even know that you're gonna fuck them, because your numbers, that's the difficult thing with the prop firm, is your numbers, you don't know your numbers, right? If you don't know your numbers, you can't really make proper decisions because things are delayed. Your payouts are delayed months down the line, right? Because it takes traders time to make pay, right? So your expenses come later down the line. So you honestly don't know sometimes until you have experience with the market. So you have to never make anything that you're not sure won't work for sure. In case of failing an interview, does it lead to a payout denial? Not really. Unfortunately, it's not really a thing I can discuss. It's not really public. I don't want to be discussing these things, right? Um, the only thing I'll say is if you're trading your own strategy, right, and you're actually trading, and it is you that is trading, and you're not committing fraud, you will get paid from Maven at least. What is this bullshit, bro? Like, are they gonna rally, or are they just gonna sit here for the rest of the day? Did I appeal the last vote on X? I don't care. It's just all games to me. I'll play the game. If we win, we do win. They cheated. Somebody cheated on that last poll. I don't care. Who cares? Right? Should I bounce or what? I think I'm gonna roll, bros. I've had a crazy busy day. I haven't sat down yet. I'm gonna let this run maybe. I'll update you in the Discord. Join the DMC Discord. Link should be in the kick below. You can see whenever I go live. Just fucking. Just being silly off this level. I mean, I'm still bonded with this trade. It's still fine. Until we close below here, I'm all right with it. So I'm gonna leave that. I'll check it on my phone in like 30 minutes and see what happens. Someone's saying start a firm with $1,000. Not possible. You can't even build it with $1,000. The minimum amount I would say now is, if you want to start a small firm and not grow very quickly, probably 20 grand would be the minimum. Absolute minimum. Using only organic growth sort of thing, not really having any expenses, probably 20 grand. To have a larger firm or a mid-sized firm, to be able to scale up, maybe you need 100 plus, and to be a large firm now, you just have to start with $1 million. Without $1 million, there's basically zero chance you could ever possibly compete with somebody like Maven at this point. You would need to be a broker already with millions of dollars. Yeah. But if somebody wanted to start a firm, 20, 25 grand, you'd be relatively safe to start small, and then you'd be able to build a comfortable business. Kind of like how you could make a coffee shop, but you're never going to be able to compete with Starbucks at this point. You know what I mean? Because the coffee industry is fucking massive. You know what I mean? But you could make a coffee shop with a couple chains, a couple branches around town, with like 20, 30 grand, right? You can start a business with that amount of money. But unless you're starting with $1 million, you're not going to be fucking Starbucks. Maximum profit ever made in a single trade? 100 grand. But then I lost it later, you know what I mean? Lost it, not from, well, kind of from trading, from poor investing and whatnot, but yeah. Anyways, boys. Okay, I'm calling it. Talk to you later.